I'm Dallas.
I'm Dante.
I'm Jenn. I'm Miranda.
I'm Joel.
And this is Bridgewood Kids. One, two, three, Bridgewood Kids! Yeah! Woo! We are so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Jacked up, pumped up. You want to know why? Because Bridgewood Kids is on. We're about ready to have the ride of our lives. This experience is going to be so cool, so awesome. We've got amazing music, worship. We've got fun games, connection time, where we get to connect with one another. We have that thing called an interactive lesson.
Oh yeah.
You may even recognize a person or two on the screen. You never know. But before we make it all happen, we need you to be part of it. So are you ready, kids? Let's grab our seatbelts. Let's pull them over. Let's buckle them. Click. Yep, I heard all the clicks. Our team is ready.
Oh yeah.
And we know you're ready, but we need one more thing to make it all happen. We want to hear from you. So on 3, we want you to make your loudest noise, and believe me, we're gonna hear you.
Yeah.
We are gonna hear them. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, they sound amazing, you guys.
Yeah.
Super loud.
Loving all the noise.
We're excited.
All right, it's on. Bridgewood Kids Experience. Let's go.
To your beat.
Oh, hey guys. It's really good to see you guys.
Hey kids, hey Jen. Are you cold?
Oh,
I'm just so cold. I have all of this stuff on and I just can't seem to get warm.
yeah, me either. It's just freezing in here. Do any of you guys know why it's just so cold? Oh, I just can't figure it out. Oh, Dante just told me something really interesting. He said that winter is coming. Did you guys know that? Raise your hand if you like the winter. I don't like the winter. But winter means snow, ice skating, building snowmen, warm toasty fires. Oh, and don't forget Christmas. Who doesn't love Christmas?
Okay, maybe winter isn't so bad after all. Jen, don't you think before we jump ahead to winter, we should look back on all the things we've learned about this fall? Why don't you guys watch this awesome highlight video while Jen and I take off some of these bulky winter clothes?
Wow, look how much fun we've had this fall. So, do you guys know what time it is? It's Epic Trivia Time!
I know you guys are super smart and you never forget the rules, but just in case we have someone new, let's go over them real quick. Number 1, work together with your team. Listen to each other and together come up with the answer that you all agree on. Small group leaders cannot help. Number 2, be quiet. You don't want the other teams to get credit for your answers. Number 3, when your team has your answer, get the correct answer card and raise your hand so we know you're ready. And number 4, have fun!
Every fall, we go all the way back to the beginning of the Big God story. We start in the very first book of the Bible, Genesis. Do you guys remember who we met in Genesis? We met the first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve. God created a beautiful garden for them to live in with everything they could possibly need to live. Now, Adam and Eve enjoyed it for a while, but soon they broke the one and only rule that God had set for them. They ate of the tree that God had forbidden them to eat from. Question number 1. What kind of fruit did God forbid Adam and Eve to eat? A, an apple. B, an orange. C, the Bible doesn't mention a specific fruit. D, grapes. The answer is C. Many people think that Adam and Eve ate an apple, and that's even what we showed you in our video. But the Bible doesn't actually tell us what kind of fruit that it was.
When Adam and Eve disobeyed God and ate the forbidden fruit, sin entered the world, breaking their right relationship with God. Unfortunately, God's people continued to sin, and eventually, God decided to destroy the earth with a flood. There was one man who was righteous, Noah. Noah followed the Lord's instructions, built a boat, gathered the animals, and he and his family lived safely inside during the flood. Question number 2. How long did Noah and his family and the animals stay in the boat? A year, B, 6 months, C, 2 days, or D, 40 days and 40 nights? The answer is A. Although the rain stopped after 40 days and 40 nights, it took about a year for the water to go down enough for everyone to leave the ark.
After Noah came a man named Abram. We know him as Abraham. Abraham played a very important role in the big God story. God made a very special covenant or promise with Abraham. Here, let me show you a clue. Question number 3. What did God promise to Abraham? A, the Messiah would be one of Abraham's descendants. B, Abraham would have so many descendants that counting them would be impossible. C, Abraham's family would be blessed. D, God would give Abraham's family the promised land, the land of Israel. E, all of the above. The answer is E. In God's covenant with Abraham, God promised to send the Messiah to Abraham's family, to give him a family too large to count, to bless his family, and to give his descendants the land of Israel.
But God's promises weren't fulfilled right away. Abraham and his wife Sarah had some waiting to do. In fact, one of those amazing promises, the one that included them having a son, took almost 20 years to come true. When God finally did give them a son, Abraham and Sarah were so happy. Question number 4. What did Abraham and Sarah name their son? A, Isaac, B, Liam, C, Jacob, D, Steve. The answer is
A.
Abraham and Sarah named their son Isaac, which means laughter.
Eventually, Isaac got married to a lady named Rebecca, and they had 2 sons of their very own. These boys were actually twins. Their names were Jacob and Esau. Well, these brothers were very different, and they didn't always get along. Jacob and his mom Rebecca came up with a plan to take something from Esau. Question number 5. What did Jacob take from his brother Esau? A, a baseball bat and glove. B, his father's blessing. C, some fruit. D, his favorite book. The answer is B. Jacob got his older brother Esau's birthright in a trade. Then he lied to his father to get the blessing.
And boy, oh boy, did this make Esau mad. Esau was so mad that he wanted to kill his brother, forcing Jacob to run away. He went to his uncle's house and stayed for more than 20 years. But God has a plan. He told Jacob it was time to go back home to his brother. Question number 6. What happened to Jacob the night before he was reunited with Esau? A, he held a feast. B, he got lost in the woods. C, he wrestled with God in human form. Or D, he read a book. The answer is C. Jacob wrestled with God in human form. He did not let go until God blessed him. Jacob walked with a limp for the rest of his life as a reminder of his encounter with God.
As we continue to follow the descendants of Abraham, we learn about Jacob's 12 sons. Jacob's youngest and favorite son's name was Joseph. Jacob gave Joseph a special coat, which made his brothers very jealous. One day, the brothers got so mad that they did something terrible to Joseph. When their father wasn't around, the brothers decided to kill him. Now, thankfully, one of Joseph's brothers, Reuben, begged the other brothers not to kill Joseph. Question 7. What did Joseph's brothers do to him instead of killing him? A. Threw him into a dry well. B. Tore up his coat. C. Sold him into slavery. D. All of the above. The answer is D. All of the above.
Joseph's brothers harmed him in a number of ways, but that was not the end of Joseph's story. Our God redeems. God had big plans for Joseph's life. Question number 8. In what ways did God use Joseph over the next few years of his life? A. Made him second in command of Egypt. B. Rescued Joseph's family from starving. C. Put Joseph in charge of storing up lots of grain for the famine. Or D. All of the above. The answer is D. Joseph faced many difficult circumstances in his life, but God redeemed his hard times. If you remember, it was Joseph who was able to store up food for all of Egypt and the surrounding nations during the 7 years of famine. What Joseph's brothers did was meant for evil, but God used it for good.
So guys, how are your teams doing? We have just 2 more questions left. And both of these questions are going to be about somebody that you probably know pretty well, Moses. Do you guys remember Moses? He's the one who God appointed to rescue the Israelite people from Egyptian slavery. Do you guys remember when God spoke to Moses through the burning bush? Question number 9. What did God tell Moses to do when he spoke through the burning bush? A. Eat a pickle. B. Jump around in circles. C. Take off his sandals. D. Bow down. The answer is C. God told Moses to remove his sandals because he was standing on holy ground. The land that Moses stood on would one day become the promised land, the land that was mentioned in the covenant promise that God made with Abraham.
Okay guys, one last question. Question number 10. How many plagues did God bring down on Egypt? A. 10. B. 5. C. 25. D. 15. The answer is A. God used 10 plagues, from frogs to locusts to darkness, to free his people. But through all of this, God protected the Israelites. He saved his children from suffering. By sending plagues, God showed his amazing power.
All right, teams, how did you guys do? I bet every one of you guys got all 10 of them correct, didn't you?
Actually, Jen, I think we might have one more question.
Another question? Wait, but we only ever do 10 questions.
That's true, but I think this time we might have question 11.
All right, go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, question number 11. Which member of our Next Gen team is getting ready to welcome a new baby into their family? A. Dante. B. Dallas. C. Jenn. D. Maranda. Or E. Joel. The answer is D.
We are all so excited to announce that Miranda and Travis Mabe are expecting. We are so excited to welcome another member to our Next Gen team this coming spring. Woohoo! Thank you guys again for being with us this week for Epic Trivia. We can't wait to see you guys next time. Hey Bridgewood Kids! Hey Dante!
I'm sorry, as soon as you start talking. Okay.
Joel, we need to pray again.
Listen. Hey, Bridgewood Kids.
Are you ready?
Welcome back.
Are you ready?
I'm glad you could join us today.
Sit up.
God is the promise keeper. God. I feel like he's like yelling. I know.
God. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's
Go.
go.
I didn't know you were doing it then. I thought I had my whole.
I know.
Yeah.
I set you up. Father Abraham had many sons.
You guys know this
How
song?
many sons had Father Abraham? So
go
let's
to your-
just praise the Lord. Right on.
No,
Buddy.
you gotta go back. You gotta say God is provider.
Oh, God is
Hold on,
provider.
say it again because I think my hand was like this.
God is provider. He not only provided for Abraham.
gotta-
What is going on, Jen? I said that 3 times. God is
Provider.
We got it.
There
you go.
Whoa.
Why are you yelling?
I almost. That'll look funny because I even like made the face of starting, and then I was like,
Oh, I think I hear him now. Hey!
hey,
Oh wait, I think that's him now. Hey!
hey, hello everyone. Hey, that was so weird. Oh my gosh. You guys are never going to believe what I have. Okay, well, that's where you're wrong, Jen.
Well, fine, Joel.
I'll say that line.
Oh, this isn't a real one.
Exactly.
Yes.
Again, God redeems.
All right. What's up, kids?
Question number 3. How did God respond to Moses when he acted afraid and uncertain?
I'm sorry. You go to a graphic there. Yeah. I was trying to be really dialed into your question.
Heart on the wire, hand in the fire for so long. But you show me better, a new kind of love. It's ever the one I want. I'm lifting higher, higher. There's nothing that I'd rather do. I see elevation, our praises. There's no one I love more than you. I never knew a love like this before. The kind of life that I could not find on my own. I've seen the world, but I have never been so sure that I want your heart. God, I just wanna be with you. Be with you. Be with you. God, I just wanna be where you are. Where you are. I just wanna be where you are. Where you are. I just wanna be where you are. Your love, like nothing I've seen. My wildest of dreams don't come close. I've never known better than living like this. I cannot resist. You are. I'm lifting before, the kind of life that I cannot find on my own. I've seen the world, but I have never been so sure that I want so hard. God, I just wanna be where you are, where you are. I just wanna be where you are, where you are. I just wanna be where you, be where you. Be where you. I never knew a love like this before, the kind of life that I cannot find on my own. I've seen the world, but I have never been so sure that I want so hard. God, I just wanna be where you are, where you are. I just wanna be where you are, where you are. I just wanna be where you are.